Hi all, Cynthia here, back doing another layout in my traveller's notebook. Continue on documenting the girls' trip that we had away recently, where 5 of us girls went away to see Pink in concert and obviously do a bit of shopping and just enjoy our time away. So we went away for 4 nights, I think it was, which was lovely. Had this gorgeous paper from Pink Fresh Studio, and it's the Simple and Sweet collection, and I just love that paper. I love the blue in it, so I'm just going to use that to mount my photo, and I'm trying to lay it the best to be able to get most of the blue if I can. Decided I'll trim that last piece off because I'm going to put a couple of those pieces on the other side, which when you come to see the later layout I nearly forget to do. In fact, I pretty much had to add them at the last minute, but you'll see when I get there what has occurred. What else? Obviously cutting out a couple more labels here. I think it's a gorgeous paper, so I don't want to waste any of the paper. So I'm cutting out as much of it as I can. So this paper, and I think pretty much everything that I use in this layout is from my August Wild Hare Kit, if that's the way you say it all. I absolutely loved the kit that I received. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, I will link it up below as well. But it was full of travel product, as that's what I requested. There you go, finally figured out that back paper, and now I'm just layering it on another piece of paper. So both of these are 6x6 pieces of paper, also from the same collection from Pink Fresh Studio, the Simple and Sweet collection. Seeing now what else I can do, I was going to, well I trim this paper up here, and I lay that on the other side, and then I get out some gesso because I think it's just a little bit too bright, and I mute the colours down a little bit, and then you'll see that I come back a little bit later on after that, so halfway down the process, and I add a little bit more as I feel it's a little bit too dark. So it looks like I've added the gesso there, and now I've cut out a couple of the 3x4 cards that come in the kit. I think they're 3x4. Let me just have a quick look. Yes, they'd be 3x4, not 4x6, are they? Yes, they are. They are some size. I think they're a 3x4, but can't tell. Grabbing this chipboard, and it's a tag, and I want to add that behind this, and I pull off a big stack of the chipboard from behind just to make it that little bit thinner so it lays in the page a bit better. And I grab this cut apart sheet, and I'm going to cut it up and use, I think I end up using 4 of them. I like the way this comes together. This cut apart sheet, or this sheet here, is just perfect to cut apart, so it has a lot of little sayings on it, little cut apart sayings which are just made to be cut up. I think that paper is the Pink Fresh Studio BU collection, I'm pretty sure it's from. And I start off with 3, and I come back in later in the process, I think it is. I don't think I do it here. Oh no, obviously I do. And decide that I want to add 1 to that side as well. So I end up having 2 on each page. What else? I'm going through to see what else I can use. If you've been following along on my channel, you know that I have been using this cut apart sheet on each page of this notebook. So I just cut out just a couple of tiny little flowers to tuck in. I'm just trimming them out, fussy cut them out, not being too concerned. It doesn't bother me if there is a little bit of the blue or the other colour that's in the background showing as well. So that flower there I cut in half just so I can add it a couple of different places. It's quite a strong colour, so I don't want too much of it. And now I'll pull out the buttons that come in the kit, and I just put a couple of those on. I want to bring a little bit of the darkness across to this page, the left hand page, because they're black, because of the black and white in the photos. And thought about putting this one here. It just says ready to go. Obviously the girls were getting ready to go out, and I just love the photo. It's just captures the moment. I don't know, just the essence, the happy smile on Lisa's face. And Kirsty just happens to be walking by in the background. I don't know how I managed to get taken, but I just really like the way it's looking. Decided I'll add a bit of a tag. No, not a tag. I will add string or a bit of ribbon into the top of the tag. And I just put a simple knot in it, then I'll grab a little bit of glue to help hold it in the shape that I want it to be in. Need to back up this cut up 3x4 card because that chipboard is a little bit thicker than the rest of it. So I just have this old piece of chipboard here. It's a thin piece of chipboard, so I just cut a few of those off, just enough to be able to map the photo up there. Then I put a bit of glue, a bit of tape, and then I use the glue to help glue it down after that. There we go. And I just stick that down. That's just enough to help pop it up there. Also, I think I put a little, yes, I put a little bit on here just to pop this edge up that is off the page as well. So I put that one there, and I do the same with this one here. I put a little bit on one side to help keep it at the same level as everything else. Put a bit of tape and stick that down. What else do I do here? Oh, I just tuck in my fussy cut flower in, and I don't do too much more to this page. With these buttons, I do pull off the sticky foam bit that's on the back. I want to keep them as thin as possible, so I pull that off and then just use a bit of either double-sided tape or liquid glue to hold them in place. Tucking those two fussy cut flowers in this side so that element is repeated on both pages. Decide where I want to put this little button. I shuffle it around a few times, but I end up sticking it right there on that card, just a little bit lower than where it is. Yep, I think it's just where I had it. Put down that ready to go. Decided it was a little bit crooked, so I've pulled that up and put it back down. And I think it's around about here that I decided it's just still a little bit too busy. I've got so many layers and bits and pieces happening on the left hand side. I'm finding it quite busy and far busier than I ever intended it to be. So I do come back in, as I said, and just add another layer of white gesso to help push that background into the back a bit so it's not quite so busy. Just grab one of those fabric labels and use my tiny attachment to put that on, or my mini stapler. It's not an official tiny attachment, and I think that's pretty much it. Some photos to finish with. So if you like the process, as always, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will catch you on the next video. Until then, everyone be well. Bye.